What up? It's Season with Love podcast, and I'm Sheek.
And I'm Cece.
And I'm Jada.
Y'all got to season y'all mics.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Y'all, we are so sorry that we did not post last Sunday. Sis had her boo in town, okay? So we couldn't really, she was busy.
Thanks.
She was booked and busy. But we here. We here. God is good. God is great.
Fix.
How y'all
All
feeling?
the time.
Yes. How y'all feeling? How you feeling, sis?
I'm okay.
Feeling good?
Yeah, thriving, pushing.
Pushing through?
All right.
How you feeling, baby?
I feel good, but I feel good. I feel good.
Oh, my God. You can actually
I feel good. I'm feeling great. It's been great. Life's been treating me great.
Good.
God's been treating me great. My wife's been treating me great.
Period.
Gotta throw that
Happy
in
wife,
there.
happy husband, happy life.
Period. Who?
That's mama love.
They always call.
Oh,
Yo, that's
this
And
is
it's
like-
Zara. It's Zara too.
I remember, like, she called
It's
once
Zara.
we started. That's not funny. Zara?
We're literally filming. Hi.
Family, actually.
It's okay. Hi. Sorry, y'all. When the family calls, the family calls.
Right.
Right now, they celebrating my uncle and my aunt. Their 31st.
Right,
Their
that's crazy.
31st, and
When I thought about
Yeah,
that, I'm like, 31st is crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
May my uncle, our
Time
uncle, rest in
flies.
peace. He would have been 31. Dang. I can't even picture him like 31.
Right? Oh.
31. Oh, wow. But yeah, so they celebrating them right now, which is why we answered. This is where it gets hard because we're here and they're over there, so we can't really celebrate with them. But anyway,
Yeah.
You making it all sad.
I'm already making it sad. All right, y'all. So what I was saying, I was apologizing for us not posting on Sunday, and then I asked you how you was doing, baby. How you doing, my love?
No, I said I was.
Oh, you said you
doing-
was good. I'm doing good, y'all. I'm doing better than I was a month ago, and I'm just so grateful. God is really good, and God is working. He is showing himself, and I'm just so thankful. So we got some icebreaker questions, and usually we have the cards, right?
Yeah. Am I going first?
Yeah, so we have our own questions, y'all. We're not doing cards this time. We're going to be answering our own questions, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. You first.
All right. What childhood trauma changed your life you feel like as an adult now? I probably could have worded that better, but that's how it came
good.
out.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to let you go first, babe.
I got to think about it.
That's a tough one.
A childhood trauma that changed my life.
Yeah, like something traumatic that changed your life as an adult. Both of you hard.
You know what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this is trauma, and I realized it was trauma after really having kids and realizing that I would never want that for my children, is playing house as a child. I'm not going to go too much in detail, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate. We played house a lot, and I would die if my kids were to play house. You know what I'm saying? Times are so different now, and we grew up different. But that's one thing that definitely, as an adult, realized, like, because I'm so quick to protect them, and I don't want them staying over anybody's house, and I don't want, that's trauma.
Yeah, it is.
And didn't realize that until, I had children. So, yeah, that for me. What about for you?
For me, it'll be, like my father not coming to, like basically my father not doing what he said he was gonna do, as far as picking me up. And I remember staring out the window, waiting for my dad to come, having my backpack. And my sister used to tell me like, "Oh, he's not coming." And I used to fight with my sister like, "He's coming," and for sure he didn't come. And that kind of messed me up as a kid. And then after a while, like I got 10, 11, and then he used to call like, "Yeah, I'm coming to pick you up," and I used to just be like, "Whatever," never pack a bag and just go outside. Like I just got used to it after a while, and I always told myself I will never do that to my kids, bro. I will never do that to my kids. That is messed up. As a kid, that's messed up.
Yeah. So as an adult,
how it affect me now as an adult?
yeah. I mean, did you ask that how it affects you now?
Like one thing that I didn't ask. Yeah, no, I didn't ask that.
You didn't ask how it affects you now, like, but
Just
as
like
an
one
adult,
thing
you
that-
see it like
Yeah.
that caused me trauma.
Yeah.
You know,
How
because you
would it
don't
be
really
different?
realize that as when you're growing up.
No.
You just like, oh, that's regular, that's normal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because
I didn't
all
really,
dads
yeah.
are like that. You don't really know what a dad really supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know until I got older, and I finally sat back and realized, like, damn, that was wrong on his behalf.
Dang, that's crazy. That makes me really sad, you know, but because, you know, just for a dad, period, when you see your friends and their dads are, you know, hands-on and, you know, the daughters and the sons, they love their dads so much, and you're like, damn, I can't even relate to that,
Yeah.
you know? What about you?
For me, probably like mom and dad back in that toxic era.
Okay.
That was pretty traumatizing. Definitely, as an adult now, definitely plays a big part now. Like how I just act, what I want to keep around me, everything. Definitely that era.
It's good to know because that's very true.
That's a whole
yeah,
whole
that's
nother topic.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
whole nother
that's
topic.
A lot. Yeah.
Because that is a lot. I didn't even think about that, but it is true because that was very toxic and very toxic for years and years. And yeah, as an adult, it's just like you feel like you get used to it, right? Because it's like it's a part of my life. It's a part of how we live. It's not normal if we don't see them fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, wait, this is not
and
normal.
it's literally different for everybody.
Right.
Because that just goes to show that whether you have like two parents in the home or it's just like one or not, like, you know, predominantly one, or you have a parent in and out, still, you know, just because you have two parents at home don't mean it's like perfect.
Facts.
Yeah, no, it's true.
That's a fact.
That question was so good that I forgot my question. That's because she made me think. I was like, damn, let me
He threw it so hard, the other question just popped out of his brain. Yeah, I'm so done with you. All right, so I'm going to ask mine. Yeah. My question is there a year you would like to do over?
A year?
A year.
That was kind of like one of the other questions that I had. Very similar.
Yeah. Is there a year? Is there any year in your life that you would like to do over?
If there a year I would like to do over.
Probably like 2019.
Okay,
Right?
why?
2020. Probably.
Why that year?
I would say, and it's crazy because this kind of is going to lead up to it, what we're about to talk about.
Okay.
I would change a lot in that year because, like, after Matthew passed and stuff like that, I felt like my life just went, like really, like, in a whole different, like, path.
Yeah.
So if there's one year right off the back that I could think about is that year. Yeah. I would change a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me it would definitely be the year before he passed. Only because losing him was definitely the same for me.
Yeah.
You know, that really flipped my world upside down. And I would say I feel like since then I have not been as happy as, you know, how you just live a life where it's just like everything just feels so good. There's no worries. There's no nothing. And I feel like that's the last time I felt that happiness was before he passed away. So I would definitely say the year before he passed. Definitely. What about you, babe?
For me, I can't pinpoint a year. I just can't.
So there's no year you would like to do over?
I mean, I would like to do a lot of things over, but there's not one specific year.
Specific year.
Okay.
I just know, like, I can't pinpoint a year, but there's a lot of things I would have definitely done different.
Things you would have done different. Okay. All right.
I can see what he's saying.
Yeah.
Because like things happen at any point in your life, you know. So
Yeah.
if you can't really,
I feel like we can all say that. I feel like
Right,
there's we can all say there's things that we wish we'd done differently, and just to see a different outcome.
There's a lot of years I wish I can go back and change stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there's certain things that, yeah, for sure. All right, your question.
So my question is, and my question is a little happy question, right?
Okay.
It's what does it take to be a successful parent? That's my question. In your mind,
A successful parent?
Yes, a successful parent.
Okay. What does it take?
Yeah, and like, what do you think it
What
takes?
do I think it takes?
So I'm gonna go first,
All right.
and I'm gonna give y'all some time to think. So for me, even though I just came up with this question right now because I had a whole nother question, spending time and showing love and caring, things like that. That's what I feel like would make you a successful parent.
Yeah. I personally feel like, see how we fall short all the time from God? Like we fall short all the time. And I feel like as a parent, we fall short too.
We always gonna fall short.
And I feel like I feel guilty. Like I have that mom guilt all the time because I'm like balancing between being,
Yeah, I was about to tell you.
this,
that was a nut.
yes,
For real?
yes. I don't know where he went.
He's trying to eat your eyeballs.
Anyway, I just always feel like I'm trying to balance between being, like, especially with my 10-year-old, being a friend and then also being a parent. And I'm just like, I be trying to balance that just so I don't know. It's tough. It is tough. So I do fall short, but I do feel like spending time and just, taking their feelings into consideration, because although they are little people and we feel like, I don't know nothing about nothing, they do. Right. They have feelings too. For the most part, I feel like I don't have a say. It's whatever my parents say. So giving them options or to voice their feelings and stuff like that, I feel like that's important. And I feel like letting them do that and allowing them to do that makes you a good parent.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, being a parent is tough.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Shoot. I feel like, I don't know, it's hard because it's like a balance. You have to like have a balance with kids. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to keep a balance. But I would say that too, like just showing them love. Trying your best. That's all you can really do is just try your best.
Yes.
That's all you can do.
Yes, try your best. And knowing that you are enough.
Yeah. Like I'm trying my best as long as you know you're trying your best and in everything, because we always going to fall short, like she said. That's you being a great parent. Yeah. If you're not worried about you being a good parent, that's when you have to question
exactly. Like, girl, if you don't feel no type of guilt or like she said, it's so
that's how
true.
you know you a good parent.
That's how you know.
Damn, freaking.
Like, damn, I suck. I suck. No, that's so true.
Yeah, trying is definitely everything.
Yeah, trying. And because all kids want is love. They just want your love, your attention,
all of your attention.
That's it.
Yeah,
they want your attention,
definitely.
your love. They love you just the way you are. That's the purest love, They love you just the way you are. They don't care how you look. They don't care. They don't care what you're going through. They don't care. The ceiling could be falling and they're going to love you no matter what. So lights could be off. They're going to love you no matter what. Bills not paid. They're going to love you no matter what. No car. They're going to love you.
Right. They still going to love you.
They still going to love you. They still going to love you with no money. Okay. So it's.
You want to know what's scary though? It scares me, right? Because it's like, when your kid is looking at you because they're scared of something, like something's going on, and they looking at you as their superhero, but you don't really know what to do. That's scary. That's a scary situation to be in.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that.
You've been in that situation before?
I don't think so. I don't think I've been in that situation. I always feel like I had things under control. I always feel, at least I try to play it off like I had it under control, even though I know I didn't. But I never let them see me shook up.
Yeah.
I never let them see that. Like, because if they say, oh, look, Dad looks scary, it's like, something's wrong.
No, yeah, because the kids expect you to have all the answers. They expect you to know everything. They expect you to protect them. They expect those things. So as a parent, and if you feel like you can't protect them or you don't know what to say, they're going to be like, what's wrong with you?
Dad, I ain't forget that day you was scared of the hurricane.
Right.
You know, but it's okay to also express that to your children. Like, baby, I really don't know. You know, I don't know, or I'm nervous too right now.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
I can't do that.
That you're not a perfect person.
yeah, you're not perfect, because then you're trying to teach them that they have to be perfect, and they're gonna try to carry that when they become parents. You
That's
know,
tough.
so that's why you got to be honest.
That's tough.
That's
Yeah, that's it. That's all you could do.
Yeah.
There's no freaking manual.
There's no
Yeah, they need a manual as soon as you give birth.
There's no
There you
manual.
go.
Right on their head.
Manual.
Like, yeah, this is how to become
Parent
the best
101.
parent. Like, you're never ready. You're never ready. And it's just parenthood is like winging it.
Parenthood
Every day.
conversations.
You're just winging it every single day.
Nah, that's a fact though.
Every day.
That's a big fact.
All right, y'all. So today's gonna be a little deeper with Jada, with me, with Sheek. And yeah, so this is a testimony for all of us, because this is this is a huge part of our lives, and why we are the way we are today, and all this good stuff. So today we're gonna talk about some situations that have turned our lives upside down.
Just say it.
What
You making it worse. You like buttering it up. Just say it. What we talking about here?
we're
Come
gonna
on.
be talking about grief. We're gonna be
Grief.
talking about grief. We're gonna grief, and how do we know what grief feels like? What happened in our lives to understand what grief feels like?
Right.
So
Grief definitely feels like your plane is crashing. It feels like there's no way out. It feels dark. It's a sunken place. It's somewhere that no one wants to go. To me, that's what it feels like. What about you guys? How it feels?
it comes in waves. It comes in waves. It's like a roller coaster. You know, some days I'm up, some days I'm down. And that's just like the best way that I could describe the grief for me, you know, just really up and down, all the time.
Yes.
All the time. You know, it's like never ending love, you know, all the love with nowhere to go. You know, wanting to call somebody who's no longer here, wanting to speak to someone that's no longer here, wanting to hug somebody that's no longer here. You know, it's like you're thinking about forever. You know, like, wow, I'm never going to see this person forever, you know? So, yeah, it's just like I said, like, just love with nowhere to go. And, yeah, roller coaster for me.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like everybody's grieving process is different. It takes longer for others, and I feel like it's just forever.
Yeah.
Too. Like, it's just a forever thing, but it changes over time. It changes by the stage.
Right.
It's in stages, but everyone goes through grief differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your mother hit it on the nail. She said, it never gets better. It just become easier to live with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's some people who are grieving right now who wonder, how am I ever, like, when does it stop? When does it end? And it doesn't, you know? And I know it sounds crazy, like, wait, what do you mean? I'm always going to feel like this? You learn to live with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not going to be hard forever. You want to start?
No,
You don't want to start?
I don't.
Because I feel like it starts with you.
All right, so I'll start.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like the story really just starts with him, and then we could get more, you know, deeper into. It's crazy to just dive into this.
Nah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? But I know
it's so hard. It's like,
so
dang,
hard.
where do I want to?
Like, where
do I
we
want to
begin?
tap into this?
I know.
Or I want to just touch the surface.
Right.
You know?
Yes. Because if you guys been watching us for a while on our channel, you guys will know some of our story and how it began. But I feel like right now you're about to really see how it's like that. Okay. So go ahead, love.
I don't even know how to start it.
Start
Like
it.
2013, November 10th, my brother passed away. But the way he passed away was, all right, so first he got sick, right? He got sick and went to the doctor, and they told him, I mean, me personally, I don't really know what they told him, but this is what he told us.
You remember how old you were? I'm sorry.
I don't.
How old was he?
We was
26.
21. We was 21 because we just had Zara. He was 26. We was 21. Zara was just born in that June 2013.
Yes.
And he was sick a lot. He was going to the back and forth to the hospital, but he wouldn't stop coming around. Like, he started losing weight. He keeps getting sick. He keeps going to the hospital. He got shortness of breath, and he wouldn't stay away from Zara. Like, he just kept, no matter where Zara was at, he was like, I'm going to see my niece. I'm going to see my niece. And he would just pull up to these wherever we at, in our old house and Ciara's mom house, he would come. But yeah, then suddenly he just passed away, and then we went deeper in how he died or whatever, and it was heart failure. But we didn't really understand. I didn't understand what was really going on until fast forwarding. When was it? 2020? It was 2020, right? No? Damn, I don't even remember. That's crazy. I try to forget so much that.
I understand. But before you go into the year, though, what the heart failure. So he's gonna talk about what happened to. He's gonna talk about some more. But what I want to talk about is how when he did pass away. So I had spoke to the doctor, and the doctor had to break some stuff down. And because we were like, how did he just die? Heart failure? What do you mean? He just had a pneumonia. So the family had questions. Yeah. And I remember the medical examiner calling us, and she was just like, he had cardiomyopathy. Oh, yeah. And we was like, cardiomyopathy? Like, we've never heard of it. The family was bugging out. So they were just like, what? You know what I'm saying? And the medical examiner was like, this is the cause of death, cardiomyopathy. So we never really did any more, further investigations or did some more research on it. We just thought like, okay, just unfortunate that, maybe, babe, gotta start it over.
Fast forwarding that, 2021 happened, and my sister passed away. And the doctor calls us and tells us the cause of death. And it was the same exact cause of death of my brother, the cardiomyopathy. Mm-hmm. And that's when we found out that it was genetic, that it can be passed down from my grandmother to my mother. So it's crazy because after my sister passed, we all go to my mother's house, and me, my brother, Ciara, everybody that was there, we all was like, yo, we gotta go. Like, we need to go get checked. We should go get checked. And it's just so crazy. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. And a few days later, my brother passed. The same thing, cardiomyopathy. I can't do this, babe.
You don't want to talk about it?
No, I don't.
Okay, we don't got to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Want to just move past it?
Yeah, we can move forward.
Okay. You want me to take over a little bit? Okay. Mm-hmm. This is really like the first time that Sheek is really talking about it, y'all. So we knew we would get to this. We knew it would get like this. So I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit more, because this is tough. So I can speak for you?
Yeah, you can speak.
You sure?
I'm all right. I'm good.
You okay?
Yeah. So yeah. Fast forward to that. Huh?
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it's hard.
So yeah, fast forward to that. My brother had passed away, so it's crazy because I think it was like the next day after my brother passed. I checked myself into the hospital to make sure my heart was all right, because I just wanted to make sure. And I'm telling my sister like yo, like, go get your heart checked. Like, now, like, you got to do it ASAP. And then come to find out that my grandmother has this disease. So it was passed down from my grandmother to my mother to my brothers and my sister. And it's just, and it missed me and my sister. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, so it was 5 of them. So he had his little sister, and then he had his 2 brothers, and then he has his older sister. Yeah, and it's so crazy because I was telling Sheek, I'm like, babe, we have to go to the hospital. And I remember we went to the ER.
Yeah, they kept
and
me.
I was just like, listen, I had a freaking booklet, okay, of everything that the medical examiner said. And I wrote down everything. I wanted to know everything. I'm like, no. And when I told the doctor, you remember what the doctor's face, how his face?
Yeah.
When I told the doctor, when we went to the emergency room and I showed him that, he looked at Sheek and he was like, oh yeah, you're going to be here for a couple of days. We're going to admit you. And they were monitoring his heart the whole entire time. And I'm talking about we're going to make sure that you run these tests and make sure, because he could have had the disease. And with that disease,
it's just sudden heart failure.
Yes, once your heart can just literally stop beating. It can just stop, and I think it's from the ages of like 20s
20 to like
40.
18 to like 36 or something like that.
Like 18 to and your heart could just stop.
Wow,
That's it.
Yeah.
Your heart could just stop.
The more crazy part about it is before all three of them passed away, I spoke to them over the phone. All three of them. The day before they passed. All three of them. It's just crazy. The night before Sean passed, which is my brother that died in 2013, I was in the studio the night before he died, and he was like, yo, where you at? And I was like, I'm in the studio, pull up. And he was like, nah, I'm going to just stay home. Then the night before my sister passed, the day before my sister passed was my brother Sean's birthday. Mm-hmm. And on Sean's birthday, my sister made sure she called everybody on Facebook chat, and we all was video chatting. We was laughing, and we was talking, and we let go balloons, and we did a bunch of stuff. And then the next day she passed.
But she was saying, remember, she was like, let's say a prayer for Sean.
Yeah.
She was like, let's pray for Sean. And I remember we were doing something, but she was like, I'm trying to get everybody on the phone. Can we say a prayer? And I forgot who we couldn't contact. I think it was BB.
Probably.
We couldn't get BB on the phone, but
yeah, then so the next day she passed. She actually passed in my mother's house. And then the night before BB passed, we was betting on the Knicks game, and we lost. Me, him, and Randy. Randy was one of his friends. We was all betting on the Knicks game. We all lost. And then the next day I went to work. Then I didn't even get to finish my day, and his girlfriend called me and told me that he passed in her house. Yeah, it was crazy. Then I had to go to the hospital and see all of that. Then it was just all messed up, man. I didn't know where my brain was at the moment. I really didn't.
I didn't believe it.
Yeah, Ciara
How could you?
like, it's not true. The doctor said it's not true. It's what she said to me. Ciara said the doctor said he's still here. She didn't mean that. I was like, bro, he's gone, bro.
It's like he knew. And I'm like, no, that can't be right. Like, that can't be true. Come on. Like, no, it can't be right. It can't be right. I did not believe that. I did not believe it at all. At all. Crazy. It is crazy. And I look at him and I'm like, only God. Only God. Anybody that knows Sheek's story and wondering or questioning, like, how are you okay? How are you breathing? Or you know what I'm saying? That only God, literally only God can do that, because how do you even process that? How do you even process losing a brother? You're 21 years old. This is your right hand. This is one of your best friends, because him and Sean were best friends, okay? 21, his brother's 26. He passed away. And then
I literally lost my mind after Sean passed away.
And then, and that's another thing, y'all. So now let me just go into a little bit of that. When he lost his first brother, like literally Sheek was gone for like a couple of years. I don't know if you really remember that, sis, but we went through it. You know what I'm saying? And he was just in the street, not coming home. Like, he was going through it. And we're not talking about months. We're talking about years. And I'm like, that's it. Like, I lost him. You know what I'm saying? And it took him a while. And I didn't understand. I didn't understand grief. I didn't understand any of it. And, you know, all I wanted to do was help him. All I wanted to do was make it right. And I couldn't. But I didn't understand that then. I didn't realize that then. You know, because all I was doing was trying to take over or try to control, you know, the situation, when I was hovering over him, and he's just like, get off of me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand, because I didn't understand grief. Right. You know, so for so many years, he was just running from everybody, running from family, running from me, running from everybody. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to know nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And because it was even after all of that, because we really accepted Christ years after that. You know what I'm saying? Where he actually allowed Jesus in and was just like, all right, Lord, because I can't no more. You know, I'm tired of running. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? So it took a long, long, long time after his first brother passed away for him to feel like, okay, I can breathe again. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about he was drinking, smoking, just until he passed out and not even remember. You know, like he was trying to just get rid of the pain and he didn't know what to do, you know? So it was a really, 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 really hard time. And again, we didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. You know, he didn't even understand the grief. He was just like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So that was hard. That was really hard. So now when, you know, his siblings passed away, I seen a different side of him. And I was just like, I couldn't even believe that he was okay. Like, he wasn't okay then, but you know what I mean? Like, there was some type of peace that I'm looking at him and I'm like, how? Like, how? You know? And it was really only God, you know? Like, he screamed, he cried for days and nights and months, and he still cries, but there was just, it's hard to explain. There was just some type of peace there, and I was just like, wow. But again, you hear his story, and you just be like, wait, what? What do you mean you lost 3 siblings? What do you mean you lost two siblings 4 days apart? Like,
right.
You know, so it's crazy. That's crazy.
And that's where questions come.
That's where the questions come.
And that's where questions come because, you know, just losing somebody, I can imagine that losing like siblings, you know what I mean? But the first thing you do, I don't know if you thought this, bro, was like God, why would you even allow this?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Like, because, you know, I felt that way too. So I can only imagine, you know? It's like, how do you grieve? There's no manual for grieving either.
Yeah, that's true.
There really isn't. Some people, you know, are not even able to come out their room for months. You name it. They don't, because sometimes it's hard to see past. And when I feel like when the peace came, that's where you allowing God in to give you that peace to be able to deal with grief differently than opposed to not having God in your life. It's like the only way I can cope is by just distracting myself in every way possible.
Mm-hmm. Because if I don't, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Because I'm gonna lose it. Like,
there's no telling what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy.
Right.
No, yeah. So grieving is hard.
Yeah, that still, I still bug out. You know, I'm just like, oh my goodness, I don't even know how. And I'm just like, just wow. Just wow. So how are you? So just fast forwarding a little bit more, like, you know, because we all have our moments. When you're going through the moments, or when do you find yourself feeling it all over again, like that rush, you know, because like I said, it's a roller coaster. So, you know, some days you're on a high and then some days you're really low. So when do you feel like you're just right back to like day one kind of thing?
When I talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That just brings me back. It's just like a rewind.
Okay.
And I'm living it all over again. But I know I'm talking low, sorry. Yeah, when I'm speaking about it, or when everybody else is speaking about it, or memories, like when I'm around my family and they bringing up memories, I don't like to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, like when my first brother passed away, one of his friends used to always, your brother loved you for years, maybe like 5 years straight. And I used to move away from him like, bro, I don't want to hear that. Like, I'm not trying to hear that right now. Like, you just gonna bring me back to memory lane? I don't want to do that, bro. Like, let's not do that right now, please.
Yeah.
Like, I really miss your brother. Yo, bro, I miss him too. Like, what you want me to do?
Do you think it's because in it just wasn't the right place? Like, what if y'all was just chilling and y'all was just cooling and y'all just having a conversation in the crib? And
no, it's just every time I see you, you got that same.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that too. Like, some people, even as being the person that when somebody loses somebody, when you can relate, it's like, dang, I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to give you my condolences, but I'm not going to even say too much because I don't want to touch any little thing I say.
Right.
I know can touch a spot.
Yeah.
Because
Be a trigger.
when you can relate, you understand
Right.
that some people just don't want to hear none of that.
Right.
Like, just leave me be in peace.
Yes.
Yeah, like make me laugh.
Yes.
Make me
Like,
laugh.
I don't
That'll
wanna
make
talk
me feel
about
way
it.
That's
better.
like,
yeah.
let's not talk about that at all. You know,
Yes,
kind
I
of
know
thing.
that. I know what he means by that.
Yeah, but some people just really don't know.
Yeah,
they really
just come from a
don't
genuine
know.
place.
It's coming from a genuine place and a place out of love, and they really don't know what else to say because they're just like, maybe I should say this, and maybe they feel like they need to hear this, and not really understanding. Like, bro, no, I really don't need to hear that right now, and I don't want to hear that right now. I don't want to talk about that right now. But I just think about friends, right? Friends that don't know what grieving feels like. They never lost somebody close to them, and they're just like, they either push themselves away from you or they don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just like, I don't know what to say to you. Or,
Yeah, like, I just...
like, you don't got to say nothing to me at
You
all.
know
I just
how
need you
heavy
to
it
be
is.
there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just need you to be there. Just be a friend to me. You don't need to do nothing else. And I feel like that a lot of friendships have ended because of, a person is grieving, or they ended because they really didn't understand, or they felt like they were doing too much. They don't want to be too much on top of you, or they don't want to do this, or they don't want to do that. No, you don't need to find the right words. There are no right words.
Right.
There's nothing you can say to make me feel better, but I thank you and I love you and I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for inviting me out. I needed this. And we ain't even got to talk about the situation, but thank you for thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it comes from a genuine place sometimes, or just people really just don't know, and that's okay too. You know? We can't expect them to know. No. We can't expect them to understand what we're feeling, because that's not fair to them either. That's not fair to a friend. But is there anything else you want to say, baby?
No.
You good?
It's y'all turns.
You want to
Leave
start
me
this?
alone.
You can go.
Where do we begin?
We share the same story, so we can just go back and forth.
Yeah. But I know we can have different. Like, our grief was different for
our
sure.
Grief was definitely different. Yeah.
But let's see. Oh man, no, you start. I don't want to start. I don't want to start.
Wow. Okay. So this was 2018. 18, right? Or was it 19?
19.
It was 2019?
No, 2018. 2018, yes.
Yeah, because 2019 I had AV.
Yeah, and July too. Yeah.
And Bubby came. Yes. So 2018, y'all. I'll never forget it. So I'm just gonna take y'all back a little bit. Anyway, 2018. I just remember I don't know what time it was. I just remember getting a phone call, and my mom was just screaming, and it was a scream that I can't even explain to y'all. Oh my gosh. And I just kind of knew, to be honest. Like, when I heard my mother scream, the first person I thought about was my uncle, So I'm just like, I don't remember what she was screaming about. I don't remember what she said. All I remember was just dropping the phone, and I just remember. Do you remember that day a little bit?
Kind of. It was like 5 a.m.
Was it 5?
Yeah, she called you. We was in the bed. And I think she started screaming and then made you start screaming. And then you called, I think you called Mariah.
No.
You called somebody right after that.
Mariah and Imani was in the house.
I called Nene.
He was like, what happened?
No. I didn't say what happened. I called Nene and she was screaming on the phone. Nene is his twin.
She didn't know?
She knew. Nene was screaming on the phone. And I'm just like, oh no. Because I didn't grasp it when my mom said it. Like, I knew who she was talking about. I knew it. Because I knew. Like, she didn't even have to say a name, and I knew. But I believe, I called his twin right after, and she was screaming, and we immediately got dressed. We got dressed.
Yeah.
And the hospital was not too far from where we lived. So
we went to the police station first or something, I think.
We did. We went to the police station, and I remember Nene was sitting on the ground. She was sitting on the sidewalk, and my grandfather was there. And yeah, I just ran up to her, and there was really no words. I was holding on to her. She was holding on to me. And I don't really know what happened after that. And all I remember after that was just going to the hospital. But the crazy thing was that when we got to the hospital, there was no body. There was nothing. They had nothing for us.
They had a picture for y'all. That's it.
No, there still was no picture. No, there was still no picture. So in my mind, I'm like, no, he's not dead.
I don't even know that.
He's not dead.
Oh no.
So I kept calling him. I kept calling his phone because it was not confirmed. There's no body. Y'all don't have no body. Y'all just have a story. Yeah. That's all y'all have is a story. Like, y'all don't even know that he's dead. So I was a little mad at my family because they're like, he's dead. And I'm like, he's not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm calling his phone. Like, he needs to really stop playing. Because in my mind, I'm telling y'all, like, it just didn't. I was like, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? But the other side of me was like, yeah, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Anyway, time passed. I'm talking about we was at this ER outside for hours, sweating bullets. I was sweating bullets, and I remember sweating. And finally, what happened?
They came with a picture to verify it was him. I remember that because I think Nene had went in the room.
At the ER though? No, we didn't find out that was his body until we all went to the place to.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was downtown.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from that time, from the ER, we still was like, we didn't know. They didn't have no answers for us. So honestly, we were sitting at that ER for hours for literally no reason, actually. Because they didn't give us any answers. They didn't give us anything. And I want to say the next day, was it that same day? I don't even remember, but I think it was the next day we went to.
I think it was the next day. Yeah, it was pretty quick. Like, everything was back to back.
Yeah, so the next day, that's when we went to go verify that it was him. And then we seen pictures. And then that's how we knew, like, yeah, it really was him. And it was definitely the most, I can't even really explain that to y'all, but it was a pain that I could never like, excruciating pain, you know. And it was just like I instantly felt what Sheek felt, you know, like I 100% understood. And although that was his brother, Matthew was my brother too. Like, we grew up like brother and sister. Like, yeah, he was my uncle, but that was really my brother. Like, we grew up like that, you know, like, period. You know, so that was my brother. And I was just like, oh my God, I instantly felt what Sheek felt, you know, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, like, what do I do? You know, so I need a second.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy because as she's talking about it, it's like I'm remembering because, like, I buried that, though, like, all those images in my head so far back that now you're talking about it, it's just, like, coming back to me like a flood now. Mm-hmm. But, oh, my gosh, y'all. I buried those images, those thoughts, those so far behind. Like, crazy. Mm-hmm. Like,
and
when
it's
you
possible.
talking about it, I'm like, wait, I'm like, remembering again. That's how crazy it is.
Me too. I'm sitting here remembering. I'm like, wait, no, hold on. We had to go verify the body. Like, we had to go do that. And I didn't even remember that. I didn't even remember that we were standing outside that ER for so long until right now that I'm actually talking about it, that we really was. We were standing outside that ER with no answers. Can you imagine a family that we're so close? We're so close. You're hearing that somebody you love was murdered, okay? Right. Murdered, alone. He was there by himself. You know what I'm saying? And then you're hearing all types of different stories. So you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's what and if this is true or if he's really alive because there's no body. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine that. Like, it's hard. It's hard to imagine that, you know?
Yeah, that's tough.
So yeah, that was just crazy. And then from that, just basically just that alone, y'all. Like, yes, he was murdered, and it was, going to the scene, because we actually went to the scene. We saw his hat was still there, wasn't it? His hat still there, so we was able to get to the scene.
Like the numbers and everything.
So we went to the scene. We seen that his hat was still there. Like, it was a lot, and honestly, y'all, I became suicidal. I went through a really, 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 really dark time. That was like the darkest time of my life, and I didn't even want to live no more. I really didn't. I didn't know. I didn't even know how I was gonna move forward with my life. I'm like, how? You know what I'm saying? How do I even move forward? I was scared. I was scared of life. I was scared of everything, right, babe?
Yeah, she was.
I went through a really hard time, and nobody saw that really but him. Nobody really saw that I was losing it. I lost my mind for a minute, but the difference between Sheek and I, and this is what we were saying, that everybody grieves differently, is that I needed him close to me. I needed my family, because I'm like, I can't do this by myself.
Yeah,
I'm gonna die by myself here.
Yeah.
I need them. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure, like, I didn't want to let Sheek go. I didn't want to let my family go. I'm like, no. But yeah, that I dealt with that, still I have, like I said, it has gotten easier. Praise God. God is good, because like I said, I wouldn't be able to, he has placed a peace in my heart that, I still don't even understand that peace. Cause I'm like, Lord, how did you do that? How did you turn me from that to this? How did you take that and make it this? Cause I think about my uncle all the time. It's hard for me to look at his pictures. It's hard for me to do certain things, or to sometimes talk about it. Like, his birthday just passed, and, when the birthdays come around and the holidays come around, being that, we are a close family and we always together. Like, right now, they're having a whole full party for him, and we can't be there. That hurts. It's when these things happen that we can't be there, that it's like, oh, this sucks. You know what I'm saying? And also to be there with his twin, because his twin. If we feel like this, imagine his sister. You know what I'm saying? And his mother, my grandmother. Yeah.
And it was murder.
So
that opened up a can of worms.
Yeah.
You know, because now it's like you trying to grieve, but you can't even grieve in peace, for real, because then he was murdered. So now we dealing with an open case now. Now you're dealing with even knowing who did it. So now it's like, you can't even, for me, speaking for me, like, I was angry more than anything. I was grieving, but that was probably my grief, anger.
Yes.
Because there's
different stages.
That's grief, anger. So it's like every day I couldn't help but think, like, I was only thinking about the boy, and only really thinking about, God knows what thoughts I was thinking. Especially having such a strong family, and we have different like eras in our family. So like my sister, Matthew, all of them like brother and sister, and Matthew is my uncle too. But we grew up so close too. Like, he was just that present person in all of our lives that we all felt so close to him. So we looked at him as like more than an uncle. We call him Matt. We never call him Theo or anything like that. So that's how it was for me in the beginning. Like, and with that anger, it just changed everything for me. Like, I didn't want to hear nothing. I questioned God about everything. Literally, I didn't want to hear about God, nothing. Like, I was just like, there's no way. Because going back to how I found out was through mommy too. And mommy, I was with my cousins having sleepovers, regular. We always having sleepovers, normal kids, like that was our thing. Always having sleepovers every weekend. So it's me, Mariah, Imani.
I didn't even know y'all was together.
Yeah, we was together. We had broke night and all of that. It's crazy. Having a good time at nighttime. Meanwhile, you don't even know what's really happening.
I know.
Yeah.
Then you wake up like Jurassically when my mom is screaming. Can't even get her words out straight. The only thing I heard was that Matthew passed. That was the only thing I heard. Out of everything, I don't even know. I don't remember. I don't know. That's all I heard. So I just remember like trying to get ready and I'm shaking. The drawer dropped. Me trying to open the drawer just fell out my hands. Like, it was just like a nightmare. Like, I couldn't believe it. Then going to the hospital, I still couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. It was just, that was hard. And even still, like, I can't look at pictures or videos or things like that without like just crying, because it's like at moments you have with somebody, one day it's all gonna be gone, and not everybody. We don't know when we're gonna be here. One minute we're here, one minute we're gone. So we gotta learn to appreciate every single moment. It's not miss phone calls, or if we do miss a phone call that person back. You know, because I also had a lot of thoughts, like, because I remember, I think I missed one call from Matthew, but that's something I thought about and still think about to this day. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, I should have answered that call, no matter the time or whatever. But that's just, it goes to show, like, be there. Like, especially when you, like, not everybody has such a tight family. Mm-hmm. So when you lose somebody and you have such a tight family, it's such a big loss.
It's a big loss. It's a big loss.
It's such a big, like, you feel that's missing, that part. It's a part of you missing, you know?
Yep.
So it's so hard.
It is hard. It is hard.
And it's also hard to be around your family, especially with that person not being there. You expecting for that person. You expecting for that person to walk through that door.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
You're waiting for them. You're like, all right, where you at? Because you either the jokester.
Yeah.
You always got something to say.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's always like that, you know? And wow, that's just so crazy. And then also having to face the killer.
Yes.
You know, having to really face the killer and going to court. Like, really, nobody really talks about that part, because it's so funny. I wasn't even going to talk about that because I totally forgot about that part. And that's a big part. He was murdered. He was killed, you know, and then to find out that he was killed by somebody so young, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody who was just reckless.
So close.
Reckless and close, somebody that we've seen before. And you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, whoa, you know, and going to these court dates, you know, and then finally when they what they did, they
sentenced him.
They sentenced him.
Yeah.
I read what was it that I read?
I think it was a statement. No, it wasn't a statement.
No, it wasn't a statement. I read something to the killer, and that was hard. That was hard because he didn't care. It was just like there was no
emotion,
remorse, no nothing on his face. It was just like end kind of thing. And that to know that somebody you love so deeply, so much, that you looking at their killer right in their eyes and they don't care. You know, so that was tough. You know, that was really tough. And just everything about it was just really, 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 really hard, you know. And still, it's still hard. It's a lot. It's a lot. Grief is a lot. It really comes in waves. It's one day you're dying, you feel like you're drowning, and you're just like, God, like, help me, please. Like, help me understand this. And the thing is that we will never understand it. We will never understand it. We just have to just pray that for God to just help us through it, to give us that peace, his peace, you know, his strength every single day. Because if we dwell on that, we're going to lose our minds.
Yeah. Nobody but God can fill that void. No one, nothing can. Nothing can. Nothing.
At all. No. And like she said about missing the phone call, we had, the week before he passed away, we had a Father's Day cookout. Y'all remember the Father's Day cookout?
I don't remember.
The Father's Day cookout that me and you threw. Father's Day cookout? We threw a Father's Day cookout.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah,
I remember.
Mm-hmm. We threw a Father's Day cookout.
That was our first cookout.
That was our first cookout. Yeah. And I was so mad at Matt. I was so mad at him that he didn't come. And I said, I'm not calling him, because I said I was going to call him when the cookout was over. And I'm like, I'm not calling him right now, but I'm going to call him. Watch, I'm going to call him. And I never got the chance to speak to him because I wanted to tell him about himself so bad. I just wanted to, like, how you didn't come to the cookout? like, what happened? You know, like, why wasn't you there? You know, everybody's there. You're not there. Why didn't you come to the cookout? I was so mad at him, and I wanted to call him that day, but I didn't, and I never got the chance to speak to him. So it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, call your family, you know, like, reach out. It doesn't matter if you're upset or not, because I was actually really upset that he didn't come. And I'm like, bro, you will go to anything else. You know what I'm saying? You're there, but you didn't come to this. So I was really mad at him, you know. So I was just like, I don't want to talk to him right now, but I'm going to talk to him. And I never got the chance to speak to him again. So it's just like, you know, whether you mad or not and you're feeling some type of way or whatever, call your people.
Yeah.
Call your people. Let them know right then and there, you know, because I know how that conversation would have went. He would have answered the phone. And I'm like, bro, like, why you not here? Like, what's up? Where you at? I'm making money. Like, I'm either going to go now or I'll just go later, or I'm going to see you. I love you, okay? I love you. You know what I mean? I know that I love you. You know, and I would have been like, whatever, I love you too. I'll talk to you later kind of thing. I know that conversation would have went. It would have been a conversation where I know I would have felt better. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But can't dwell on that. I learned that because for a long time I dwelled on that. Like, damn, I should have just called him, you know? But can't think about that.
Yeah, you can.
You know, so.
You can only just do things differently, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're human. We not going to do everything right. And sometimes when you're going through things, not saying you was going through something at that time, but you was mad. You was
I was
upset.
upset, yeah.
But, you know, sometimes even when you're going through things, you just kind of block the world out. You don't really want to speak to nobody, you know, because you're having a mental, like, blockage right now. Like, I don't really want to talk to nobody right now, no matter who it is. But sometimes you got to fight past that because life is too short.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Life is really short.
Like, you got to put effort into the things that really matter.
Yes.
Just like we would to freaking do for just stupidity.
Yes. Life here is short because,
Yeah.
you know, it's short. It's short. It really is. And it's like, it's a smack in the face when those things do happen. It's like should've, could've, would've, but you
Right.
didn't. Now you know better for next time. You know, don't take a second for granted with your family, with your friends, the people that you love. Don't take it for a second. Tell them as much as you can how much you love them, how much you care for them, because you could die in your sleep. They could die in their
Right.
sleep. You don't know. Like, it can literally, you don't know. Tomorrow's not promised. The next minute is not promised. Tonight is not promised. You know, and I feel like too often we take that for granted. We take that for granted thinking that we're going to be here for years. Yeah. Oh, when I get older, who told you you're going to get older? Come on, it's for
Right.
real.
We
Like,
don't
this
know
is
the
real.
time.
We don't know. When I get older, I'm gonna be better. When I get older, then maybe I'll change my ways. Who told you that you're going to get older?
Right.
That's tough.
Yeah.
It's real.
And I was a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
I was a rock star
Yeah.
after Matthew passed away. Well, I had your eye. Well, let's talk about the
kids that came
the
after.
kids that come.
That
like,
God gave us.
It's crazy because when you lose somebody, it's like God multiplies.
Yep.
Like in bro's situation right now, he has twins coming.
Yeah, they came.
Boy and girl. They here, right?
They here.
They
yes.
are here.
His
I know, I
cousin
see
had
something.
twins, y'all.
Twins,
a girl and a
boy and a
boy.
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
Crazy. They were supposed to be
That's
due
what's
November 3rd on my birthday, but
Came a little early.
they came a little early.
Wait,
God
what day
bless
they were born?
them.
Hold on.
They was
A
born
couple days ago, though.
Couple of days ago.
September 29th, I think.
Oh, end of September. Okay. Yeah, that's.
I think it was September 29th.
Oh, baby, it wasn't October.
No, it was September. It was right after Nazia's birthday.
Oh,
That
September.
was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bugged out. Though.
Isn't that crazy?
That
But
is
they're
bugged out.
healthy. They're okay. They're
Yes,
home.
thank God.
But yeah, you see, God multiplied. And then for us in our situation,
Yeah,
we
we
both were pregnant.
Yeah,
We both
at the
had our
same
babies.
time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
Crazy. And
it
then
was-
babies in the family too. A couple babies came about.
Them babies, they will save your life.
No, they
They
will.
will.
Although, yeah, God definitely sent them to save our lives. That's for sure. Because AV saved me.
Yes, and
AV
Jirai
saved
saved. I mean,
me.
I was still a rock star, but Jirai saved me alive. I didn't have Jirai, probably. Oh my gosh, I don't know. What,
God knows,
where I
though.
would have been.
He knows. God knows.
Yeah,
God
he
knows
does.
all things.
Nah,
Because that was a crazy time too. But, oh, man.
Yeah, I remember you being like all scared and stuff. She's like, "You going to the store? Don't go to the store, please. Don't go."
I
to the
didn't
store.
even want him to go outside. I was
Because
so
it's so
scared.
scary, man.
Yeah, and then I got a death threat. Somebody was talking about that they're gonna do to me what they did to him, and you know, I had messages like, "Go for your uncle." Like I'm talking about mentally, it was so much for me that I really felt like I was dying, y'all. Like I felt like I was dying. I didn't see no way out of it. I didn't see no way out of my grief, and I'm like, Lord, like how, like I felt it so deeply in my soul that I'm just like, how do people deal with this?
Right.
And I was talking to Sheik, like, babe, like how? Like I need you. Like how, you know? Because everything that he went through, it only made sense. And he was able to comfort me. He was able to be there for me. He was able to just be that person for me because I needed that. God used him in a mighty way, because I'm talking about he was able to comfort me in a way that, because he knew what that grief felt like, you know? But that was a really crazy time. Oh
Yeah, and forgiveness is for you, because if you're going through a similar situation like that, because I know many people go experience that, especially now more than ever. So many people dying.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are being taken away from their families and stuff like that. Forgiveness is for the person.
for you.
It's for you.
Yeah.
Because the more you just have that anger and just mad at that person, it's not going to do nothing for you. It's just going to dig you more into a hole.
Yeah. Because it's like taking poison and expecting, like me, that's like me taking poison and expecting you to feel that.
Right.
And expecting you to die from it.
Right. And it's going to make you make bad choices, really bad choices, you know? So forgiveness is for you. It's for your peace, and allow God to, you know, just pour out his love and comfort over your life, because God is the only one that can do that. Through your grieving process, God is the only one that can do that. Nobody else can. Like, yeah, you can have people there for you and stuff like that, but if you're not trusting in God and that's not who is comforting you, you know, you're finding comfort in wholly, because God is the only one that can make you whole.
Complete.
It's going to take you a long time.
It's so true. I would have never been able to do it. Off of my own strength. There's no way.
No, yeah, me either.
I would have died a long time ago. Honestly. Sheik would have not been able to do it off his own strength at all. Like, there's no way. How? Like, I can't even think about it. But yeah, y'all. So this was a little intense, but it does feel good to talk about it. I can definitely say that. I won't speak for Sheik because I can't say the same for him. But for me, it's just like, this could help somebody, you know, and if it could help in any way, just one person, you know, who's grieving right now, who feels like they're dying, who's just like, I could never live through this, or, baby, I promise you that you wouldn't. I'm not saying that you're gonna be okay, or you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm gonna stop grieving and everything isn't. No, but you will learn to live with the pain. Yeah. You will learn to live with the pain. And that's the real, because it doesn't, how do you say that?
It don't just disappear.
It will never disappear. It will never disappear. But you really just learn to live with it. It's a part of me forever.
Yeah, that's good. Like that.
It's a part of you.
Yeah, it is.
It's a part of you forever, you know?
Yeah, see, for me, it's like every time I speak about it, it just brings me back to.
It's still so fresh, though.
How it all begun. Like, I mean, I try so hard to forget about a lot of stuff. Like she said, push a lot of stuff to the back, and I don't even remember the day, the year. I'm like,
Isn't that crazy how we can do that? Isn't that crazy how we can bury things like that?
That's also dangerous too.
It is very dangerous.
It is dangerous.
It's dangerous because fast forwarding years, you start thinking about it, you will mess yourself up.
Or you
bad.
get a trigger.
You will really mess yourself up bad.
That's a
so
fact.
I do need to speak about it more often than I do now. So this was really good.
But you'll get there.
Yeah, because see, it's that's still fresh.
Yeah.
That's still fresh. That's only not even 2 years.
Yeah, like literally, I was sitting right there speaking to your brother about it, and I just bust out crying.
Yeah,
like,
that's still fresh. That's still like an open wound. You know, it's an open wound that's literally, you can still see the blood. You know, it's still so fresh. You know, because see, you could talk about Sean. You could talk about Sean because it's been so many years, and of course, it still hurts. It
still hits,
but it's still like you feel this peace that you can just talk about it. But when it's so fresh like that, it's like,
it doesn't feel so fresh though.
Really?
It feels like it was a long time ago.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
It feels like it was yesterday for me.
Yeah, like it really feels like it was a long time ago.
Not for Matt, but I'm talking about like for BB and Mika. It feels like it was yesterday for me. Like I come to the thing like to terms with Matt. Like, okay, it's been a few years now. It's like it doesn't feel like it was yesterday. I used to feel like that for a long time, for years. I want to say just maybe last year, it felt like it was just yesterday. But like now, I just feel like, wow, like it's been some time.
That's why I kept checking up on you. I was like, hey, you all right? How you feeling today?
Yeah. Oops. Now that we got a little bit deeper and you guys know, I feel like you guys know a little bit more. You got from Jada, you got from me, you got from Sheek. Sheek even cried a little bit.
I ain't cried.
My boo. I'm so proud of
Her
him.
allergies.
I'm so proud of him. Let us know in the comment section, y'all, if y'all have any more questions, if there was anything else that we could have touched on. Or let us know if this helped you a little bit. You're not alone.
Right, just how you feel.
Yeah.
I want to hear how y'all feel. Your story.
Yeah. You got people that talk about it, and then you got people who don't talk about it. You know, and that's okay. They don't have to share. They don't have to. And I understand it, especially coming from somebody who knows what grief is. You know what I'm saying? And how it's so different with people, you know, because she grieved a certain way. I grieved a certain way. Jada grieved a certain way, you know. Her grief could just say, you know what? I don't want nobody talking to me. I don't want to be around nobody. My grief could say, I need everybody around me because I don't want to be alone. And she grief could just say, well, listen, I never want to talk about this. You know, no, when you come to me, don't even bring it up. You know what I'm saying? Or just if it was somebody, like he could just say, oh, well, yes, let's talk about it. I would love to talk about it because it makes me feel like they're here with me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody grieves differently, and that's okay. So
You're a really good listener. You're a good listener.
why you say that?
Because you just explained all of our situations. Like, all right, she don't want to talk to nobody. You want to talk to everybody, and I'm just like, don't talk to me about that.
I'm just saying.
Nah, that was good. That was a good podcast.
This was really, really good. We love y'all. Hopefully, the next podcast won't be so sad.
No.
It'll be good.
Oh, we
talking about everything. We talking about some real stuff, you know, because this was,
you know?
I mean, it was sad. It was sad. I thought I was going to be crying a little bit more, but I held it down a little bit. I had to take some deep breaths, but
I held it.
because I'm a crybaby. I'm a crybaby. We different.
Because once I start, I just can't stop.
Be on here like,
the tears are just going to
I almost was like that. I was about to get up. I was like, you know
no,
what?
be on here,
can't
boogers
stop once I
out,
start.
all that. No, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. We love y'all so much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, y'all. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And this was definitely
Season
with
love.
y'all. We love y'all. We see y'all in the next one.
Peace.